Return to me, return to me, with every breath, return. End and begin with me, with every breath, return. Return to love, return to love, with every breath, return. And then begin with love, with every breath, return. Return to peace. Return to peace, with every breath, return. And then begin with peace, with every breath, return. Return to love. Return to love, with every breath, return. And then begin with love, with every breath, return. With every breath, return. With every breath, return. I return.
Thank you, Rhonda. What a beautiful reminder that in every moment, with every breath, we can return to peace and to love. So I invite you to join me right here and right now to do that. And we do that here at Center for Spiritual Living with affirmative prayer, which we call spiritual mind treatment. So as we take a breath in this moment, we return to spirit. We return to the power and presence of the one that resides in each one of us, that expresses as each one of us, and that moves through each one of us as love and as peace. And so in this moment, when we return to recognize the love and peace and power and presence of God that dwells within our very being, we instantly are brought into complete union with the divinity that is the very, very core of our being, that is the love that beats our hearts, that is the peace that emanates through our lives, no matter what the conditions or circumstances. And so that is what we affirm today, that no matter what is happening, along with what is happening in our lives and in the world, we walk through each activity. We speak every word. We think every thought. We take every action in alignment with the love and peace of our very divine nature. And this is how we make a difference in the world. This is how God makes a difference in the world. For Spirit moves through and as our unique expression. And so we are here today to celebrate God and to celebrate our unique expression of God. We are here to remember that the seeds of love and peace are always present within us, just as they are present beneath the snow on the ground. That love exists as a seed in each person, in each circumstance, in each moment. And so we allow ourselves to be nourished by that. We allow God to fertilize our consciousness with truth so that we burst forth as this divine love and peace in the world. So I give thanks for each one who is here today, who is taking on this mantle of love and peace in the world. I give thanks for our teaching, our Science of Mind teaching, and for the Center for Spiritual Living Morristown that allows us to know this truth, be this truth, express this truth through love, through fellowship, and through this magnificent way that we pray. And so I know that this service, this time together, is blessed, and that each one here is blessed. And so as I release this word into the law, I know it comes forth. It moves into manifestation instantly and beautifully. And for this and so much more, we say, and so it is. Thank you. Good morning. It's so great to see people IRL in real life. Although we are very grateful for those of you who joined us on Zoom, and we are grateful for technology and for Facebook Live and for all of it, because it allows us to still come together and to join together in love and peace and truth. So, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Morristown, a vibrant community where love, joy, peace, and inclusivity are at the heart of everything that we do. Here we honor the unique journey of every soul, offering a place of healing, growth, and celebration. That's why we call this our Sunday celebration. Together we create an atmosphere of openness and love where every person is seen and valued and accepted just as you are. I'm Reverend Janice Valera. I'm a minister here at Center for Spiritual Living Morristown, and thank you for joining us again in person, or whether you're watching the live stream or checking us out at a later time. We're so happy that you're here with us. If this is your first time here, we welcome you. We invite you to take a welcome packet if you weren't given one when you first came in. Take a free book. First-time visitors get to choose a book. And also complete a visitor form so you can be included in any future events and happenings at our center. And to all of you, we publish a weekly newsletter through Constant Contact. If you're not getting it, please check all your inboxes, or please sign up in the back so you can be added. This is where we post really important information, like we are closed today because it's snowing. And we're grateful that Carol and Bill had a nice little time together on one of the Sundays, but we hope you will check your email for future times that it's closed, and we use Constant Contact to let everybody know. You could also visit our website. It's not on the website, but you could visit it for other things, and our website is cslmorristown.org. So I'm so pleased to welcome back our Sunday spiritual team. Includes Kris Ferraro, our wise and inspirational speaker, and our diva, our musical inspiration, Rhonda Denay. So grateful to both of you and always to join with you. So that CSL theme for 2026 is one of my favorite things Ernest Holmes has ever said, that we are open at the top. Open at the top, meaning we just allow all of Spirit to pour in, whether it's through more and more understanding of the teaching, love, abundance, all of it. We are open at the top. And the monthly theme for February, because this is February 1st, is embracing the edge. I love that theme. Not everybody loves that. Not every part of me loves it, but the bigger part of me does. And Kris's topic today is Seeds Beneath Snow, the spiritual work of Imbolc, which I can't wait to really hear what that is. Very excited. So now it's time for our Namaste practice. Namaste means the divinity within me recognizes and honors the divinity within you. When I am in that space in me, and you are in that space in you, there is only one of us. So let's enter that space of oneness and offer each other a namaste. So I invite you now to get comfortable for our guided meditation. invite you to gently close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, or soften your gaze. Just allow your body to settle into this moment, this present, precious moment. And take a slow, deep breath in and release it fully. Again, breathing in peace and breathing out anything you no longer need. And now finding your own natural rhythm of breath, the divine inhale and the sacred exhale. And as the world gently fades, I invite you to bring your awareness inward to the still, sacred place within you where truth is always present. We're going to do a little kind of mental and heart exercise this morning. So I invite you to remember the first time you came to Center for Spiritual Living, Morristown. It might have been called First Church of Religious Science, which it was for me. If it's your first time here today, then let that be. See if you can go back and remember the first time you came to this center. And notice who you were then. And what you believed. How you saw yourself. How you saw others. How you saw the world. Without judgment, only kindness towards yourself. Sense the consciousness that you carried at the time. Now I invite you to bring into your awareness the most profound learning you have received since being part of this spiritual community. It may be something from the Science of Mind teaching. It may be a realization about the nature of God and the creative law. Maybe about the power of thought, belief, and intention. Perhaps it's a shift in how you relate to life, how you respond more of the time than react, how you trust more deeply, how you know yourself as an expression of spirit. It may be a change in belief, or a softening of an old perception, or a new way of seeing possibility where once there was limitation. So if many insights are coming to you, allow the most profound, or maybe even the most recent one, to gently rise to the surface now. You may still be seeing all of them because some of us have had so many. Just invite the most profound to rise into your awareness, into your heart, and noticing how you feel about it. Again, feel it not just as a thought, but as a lived experience. See if you can notice how this learning has shaped you, how it has changed your life, your choices, your sense of connection. And sit with that awareness. Now allow gratitude to fill your awareness and your heart. Gratitude for this teaching. Gratitude for this spiritual community. Gratitude for your willingness to show up, to learn, to listen, to grow. Gratitude to yourself for the courage to change, for the openness to truth, for the way Spirit has unfolded through you. Breathe in that appreciation and breathe out love. And know that this learning is alive within you, continuing to guide, inform, and bless your life. And when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to this room, carrying this gratitude and this remembrance with you. So I'm going to do a special little celebration today. I want to, because January's theme, this was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago, but it was still January. So it's only February 1st. We're going to do, for somebody, Eileen, can you go get Christy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So the theme in January was Ancient Wisdom, New Thought, which is the first month of the 2026 theme, open at the top. And the meditation that I just led you through was to remind you of what you've learned at this center and in this teaching. And also to remind you that we're always open at the top for continual wisdom. So I'm about to introduce a group, that's what I was trying to say. Introduce a group of people who have taken this teaching deeper in a demonstrable way by taking a Science of Mind accredited class, which was Revealing Wholeness, which I taught at the end of 2025. And I want to invite all of us to acknowledge them and honor them and celebrate them today, okay? So for those of you, how many people in here have taken a Science of Mind accredited class? I mean, over the years, okay. So the classes are offered, they're accredited by Centers for Spiritual Living, and they're offered in 2 ways. You could take it for credit, which means that you do the homework and turn it in and do a final project and show up for every class. You can also take it for your own deepening and your own learning, and you know, you follow along, but you don't have to like turn things in and do the final project. So for this class, there were 2 people who took it for credit from Centers for Spiritual Living, and there were 8 people altogether. And the other 6 people, which you know, did pretty everything else, and I want to honor them. So Centers for Spiritual Living only gives a certificate to the accredited people. So I think Centers for Spiritual Living Morristown has given a certificate to every one of those people. Yeah. Finally, right? Yeah. So I'm going to call you up and I have a little something to say about everybody. So I'm going to start with the people that are getting a certificate from Center for Spiritual I just have to slow down. Center for Spiritual Living Morristown. So I invite Kathy Ronca and Mark Benfante because they're a couple. Now, Kathy and Mark have taken every class I've ever taught. I've taught a number of non-accredited classes and programs, and they show up every week. They bring such wonderful wisdom and sharing and insight, and they're just joy to have in class. I'm so grateful,
Thank you.
so grateful.
Same for us. Thank you.
Okay, Tanya Andrade also has taken every class I've ever taught. I only met her on Zoom until recently when she started, I didn't hug people. When she started coming to the center. And Tanya, too, is such an amazing student. She's always has great questions. She's always taking notes. And I'm just so grateful that you've been part of her for you. I'm grateful for you. Lynn first. So, Lynn, we all know and love Lynn. She is, such a big part of our social committee, but she is has such a thirst for this teaching and learning, and she asks the best questions, and she's not afraid to ask questions, and she reminds me so much of me. I love her questions, and I'm so grateful for your inquisitiveness, and then how you're so willing to go deeper in teaching. So thank you.
So grateful for you.
Thank you. So I'm going to mention somebody who's not here, but I invited her to watch the live stream. Susan Adams, she lives down in like Mays Landing by Cape May County. She was my college roommate. She takes every class I've ever taught on Zoom. Many of you know her because you were in classes with her. And this class came at such a perfect time for her. She went so deeply into it. So congratulations. Let's everybody say, yay, Susan. I'm nailing your certificate. Okay, Valerie is not here tonight. Valerie White, today.
Did you have your coffee yet?
I didn't have enough.
Or tea?
So I have to say something special about Valerie. Valerie is already on the practitioner track and in practitioner training. One of the reasons people take accredited classes is because they're on a track to be a practitioner and you need a certain amount of credits in class. So Valerie's already in prac training, didn't need this class for credit, but she wanted to be part of it. She hadn't taken it, she always wants to learn, and she wanted to be part of and support our community, so she really brought such great wisdom and insight. So let's say yay, Valerie! Okay, the next two people get a certificate from Centers for Spiritual Living because they did the class for credit and did everything that was required. First person I want to announce that is somebody who has taken more classes than she could count. It's Gail Belluardo, who's one of our practitioners. And the reason is because our practitioners are always open at the top and actually are required as part of their licensing to take an accredited class every 2 years. So I'm so grateful that this was her 2 year and she took this class because again, it brings such wisdom and insights and great, she shares from her heart so deeply. And now, if I had a drum roll, we have somebody who's just started on the practitioner path, and this was her first accredited class, even though she's taken every other class I've ever taught. And I'm so grateful to introduce and acknowledge and recognize Christy Fondavilla. Did all of the homework and projects, and she's just wonderful having class, and I'm so grateful for you. So let's give them all a hand. Want to take a picture? Yay! And celebrate the spirit in each one.
Okay, everybody, like, throw your hands up or something. Fun. Yay! There you go.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It was a joy to teach this class. So much. Thank you. Okay. Rhonda, thanks.
Live out in the open, shine like my life, like the sun. Give of your goodness, conquer the darkness, spirit of light and in me. Live out in the open, shine from my life like the sun. Give of your goodness, conquer the darkness, spirit of light and love, spirit, oh spirit. Speak through me, move through me, love through me, Spirit, Holy Spirit, in me. Oh, Spirit, in me. Ooh, Spirit, in me. Oh, Spirit.
Good morning, everyone. From the time I sit down to the time I stand up, it's like you all just sort of fill out. It's really fun. So before I get started, there's a basket that's going around, so make sure that you take one of these, where this is going to be for our seed intention experiment that we're going to do in a little while. There's a basket of pens in the front. If you know you don't have a pen, sometime during my talk, get one for yourself, okay? I feel like sometimes when I come here now, it's show and tell. I've got Exhibit A, I've got Exhibit B. So the idea for this talk has been brewing since about a month ago, when I realized that February 1st was falling on a Sunday, the first Sunday of the month, which I know is Imbolc. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And so I had this idea. I was like, seeds beneath the snow. Wouldn't it be really cool if there was snow? So I just want to say, you're welcome. So I'm half Italian and half Irish. But really, growing up, the Italian side of our life dominated everything.
What else is new?
And the Irish side was very much dormant. And yet, since my father passed away 8 years ago, my mother has been on this exploration to get in touch with her Irish heritage. And so she's been watching Irish movies and listening to Irish music. And so last May, I went to Ireland. And when I was there, I felt a deep connection with the land and with Celtic spirituality that I didn't know that much about. And so I've been exploring that side of myself, because I really believe that we really are here to know and love ourselves, and that includes the ancestry that we came from. So, and one of the reasons why I do like to talk about these seasonal holidays like the equinoxes and the solstices is that in New Thought we talk about oneness. And when I talk one-on-one with people, there seems to be this belief that oneness is about being one with other people, right? So, you know, we are all connected, right? It's a very popular expression. But we are one with all of life, and everything that exists is of life, not just people and animals and plants and things that we think of as alive, but everything else too. We are made up of the elements from the periodic table from exploding stars. And so there were supernovas billions of years ago that exploded and made the elements that literally make up our physical body. So we are connected to nature and that which seems very far away, and yet we are living in times of greater and greater seeming disconnection. So it's kind of fun when a giant snowstorm comes around to remind us that we are sometimes very much at the mercy of nature. So Imbolc is a Celtic holy day that honors the subtle return of the light and quiet preparation for spring. It's a season that speaks to energy that we feel before we can see it. That gentle stirring in the body and the soul that says something new is coming. It's not winter. It's not spring. It's not the old life, not quite the new one. We are in a season of becoming. Imbolc falls on the day that's directly in between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. And so it is considered a threshold, a moment of walking through what was to what we are becoming. It's as if I had crossed an invisible threshold, and now the idea of staying where I was feels impossible, as though my soul had already leapt ahead, leaving the rest of me to catch up. That's author Sean Delaney. So, even though seemingly life feels frozen beneath the snow, beneath the ground, the seeds are already preparing themselves for the incoming of spring. And so I felt that Imbolc is such a perfect metaphor for often what can be the most challenging part of being a New Thought person, which is minding the gap, managing the in-between. I have had thoughts that instantly manifested. I've had other things I've been working on for quite some time. And so between the idea of creation and the demonstration, the manifestation, the fruition of that, there is the spaciousness in between in which we need to mind our faith. That's the times where we can give up. It's the times where we can get lost. It's the times where what seemingly is invisible, we don't know that it is there. And so it's imperative that on this journey of being a metaphysician, that this is such a pivotal time that we are managing that in between. In the natural world, Imbolc is when the seeds beneath the snow begin to stir. They're not blooming, they're not visible, they're not impressive, but they're active. The shells are splitting, the inner pattern is being organized, and life is declaring itself quietly, but insistently. This is exactly how demonstration works in New Thought. We speak the word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. John 1:1. Did you ever think you'd see me doing the Bible? It happens every now and again. For the Bible fans, that one was for you. But it's very powerful. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Wow. That says so much. So we speak the Word, and then we hold the vision. We see it, we affirm it, we look for seeming beginnings, evidence in the world around us. You're treating for prosperity, and somebody says to you, you're not going to believe this. Out of the blue, I won $5,000 in the lottery. Evidence of prosperity showing up. You find a dollar bill on the street. Right, you start seeing these signs and you take that as something to strengthen your faith. Then we move the energy. And the first part of moving energy is clearing blockages. You can't go down a road if you've got 3 feet of snow on it. We gotta clear the snow. And that is where we recognize those things that are unlike what we are trying to create, because lack and abundance cannot coexist in the same space. And that space is usually within your own mind, it's within your consciousness, it's within your beliefs. So we clear those blockages. And as we clear the blockages, energy does what energy is designed to do, which is flow. That's what it does. It naturally does that. It's designed to flow, it flows. And so we nurture the flowing energy through gratitude, saying thanks for everything, sometimes even your breath. Appreciation. Where can you appreciate, even in those places, even in those circumstances that haven't felt so good? What within that can you find to appreciate? Focusing on what is good and right is the most important part of our journey. And it's imperative that we loosen attachment. Sometimes our manifestations don't come into fruition because we're gripping them so tightly. And that gripping can look like it must look like this, or it's got to be that person, or it's going to show up as this opportunity. And it's important that we create safety within ourselves by calming our nervous system so we can actually receive what it is that we are affirming. We can do that through a number of ways. Meditation is a great one to do. Anything that brings a sense of calm. And so if I had $1 for every time someone said to me, I'm doing all of the things. If I had $1 for every time I said, I'm doing all of the things. I've spoken the word, I'm meditating, I'm praying, I'm forgiving, I'm letting go of stuff. I looked at my beliefs, I'm doing this, and it's still not here. Everything still looks like winter. And yet, even though from the outside it looks like nothing is happening, on the inside, everything is happening. I'm really glad that I chose this topic, or the topic chose me, however that works, because as I've been marinating on it over the past month, I realized that there is a season of embolic that's happened in my own life with one of my projects, which is my last book, which is called Your Difference is Your Strength. In all of my books and projects, nothing had ever lined up in divine order the way it had for that book. Every single aspects of the contracts, the audiobooks, the title, everything simply fell into place. And yet the book came out, and it's been crickets, and it's been over 2 years. And so I wrote this book about healing the inner child and embracing who you really are. And I was like, hey world, let's heal all those times that we were bullied and made to feel different. And the world goes, no, I just want to figure out how to make more money. So you can go back to that thing that you were doing over there. And there was a grieving process that had to happen. when things don't go my way, very instantly God becomes something outside of me. I'm going to blame somebody. It's either going to be me or it's going to be God. And I realized a long time ago that God can take it much better than I. And I thought, why hast thou forsaken me, right? The way that we feel when things don't work out or look the way that we thought that they should. And yet what I want to say is, in marinating on this topic, I was like, wait a minute. My book is in its in bulk stage. The seeds were planted. It was the best writing that I had ever done. I'm still enormously proud of it. It just hasn't burst through the ground yet. And the day that I decided that, 3-4 hours later, I got an email through my website. A woman said, I finished reading your book, Your Difference is Your Strength, the other day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am 68 years old and have done so many self-help spiritual programs, and your book helped me accept and love myself at a deeper level. I feel so grateful for that and the work you do. She was a seed beneath the snow. Didn't know her, never heard her name before. But out there, she was reading my book and it made a difference to her. And so the second that I said, this isn't over, it's marinating. It's being prepared, and it is going to find its way to the people that most need it. Immediately, some evidence came along to say exactly that. And so, it's important for us not to give up. When we are in our seeming winter of a project, of an idea, of something that we are looking to create, to recognize that divine timing may not look like your timing, but it is operating beneath the snow. The roots are beginning to grow. So the start of In Bulk is followed by St. Bridget's Day. So Bridget was a real person. She was a poet, she was a healer, and she was a smith. She did stuff with metals and things like that. And then she became a goddess, and then the Catholic Church came around and they made her a saint. And so this is an example of a St. Bridget's cross. Normally when you see them, they're four-pronged. This is called a three-legged St. Bridget's cross. And she's a very powerful example also of who and what we are in New Thought. She was a poet. Poets about imagination, inspiration, and the power of the word. She did healing, transmutation, and release. A smith craft. She shaped with her hands that which was no longer, didn't exist, and brought it out into existence. And how incredible is that? Because we are shaping the material worlds that we inhabit. And as we shape that consciousness within ourselves, and that's demonstrated in our life, that is affecting life everywhere. So we are the smith crafts as well. This is your divine spark. This is the moment the new idea arrives in your field. Sometimes it shows up as an inner nudge, a project, a calling, or a desire, a knowing that will not leave you alone. Bridget is that flicker of intuition that says, build this, write this, heal this, love this, become this. Ernest Holmes so famously said, there's power for good in the universe and you can use it. There are many that have come before us that have realized that in their own special way. And so we're going to do a little ritual today to represent the seeds beneath the snow. So does everybody have a little envelope that looks like this? Okay. And does everybody have something to write with? Okay, there's pens over here. All right, everybody's good. Okay, so I want you to just put aside for a second because we're going to do what I just spoke of. We're going to do a little clearing first, and then we're going to put our seeds of intention and put them out into the world. So, place one hand on the heart and one on the belly, right around where the belly button is, and you're going to repeat after me. I release what no longer serves.
I release what no longer serves.
I make space for what's becoming.
I make space for what's becoming.
And let's take a nice deep breath through the nose and blow it out. Good. So we just removed some blockages in our road. Now gently open your eyes and think of a word or short affirmation about something that you're looking to create this year. And when you're ready, you're going to open up your envelope. And inside the envelope is, a little heart. You know, it's also the month of Valentine's Day, guys. So, just close your eyes for a moment. Hold your little heart in your hand. And either think of or allow a word or an affirmation of a seed that you are seeking to plant. And when you're ready, open your eyes and write that on the heart. And then you're going to place that in the envelope. And we're going to place the envelope on our heart. And you're going to repeat after me. As the light returns, so does my clarity. What is unseen, is preparing to bloom. My mind is a fertile field for divine ideas.
My mind is a fertile field for divine ideas.
I release what is complete.
I release what is complete
And make room for the new.
and make room for the new.
Nice deep breath. Let it out. Good. Excellent. So, there's a number of things that you can do with your little heart here, right? You could address it to yourself and send it to yourself. You could address it to someone else and send it to them. You could place it on your altar. You can meditate over it. You can put it in your little meditation cushion. But take this with you and breathe life into the intentions that you have just set, recognizing that they are beneath the snow and already beginning to take root. So part of a big process of Imbolc is cleansing and purification. So in Ireland, they scrub hearse they air out baskets, and they sweep out the stale energy. So spiritually, we do that with our inner cleansing. We release limiting beliefs. We forgive what keeps us bound. We let go of the old stories. They can be tough. We can get really attached to our old stories. You know, for a long time, you know, when I was having money problems early on in my metaphysical journey, I took a class with a big metaphysician. And he said to me, you know, I said, well, you know, I'm so good at stretching my money. I'm so good at, you know, getting something for as cheap as possible. I'm so good at finding these incredible bargains. And I'm always telling people, oh, I only paid $6 for that, right? And he said, so for you to prosper, the hero in you must die. And it was a very powerful lesson. I realized that I'd had an identity, that I had gotten self-esteem from managing my poverty so well. And so I just kept having more of that to manage, right? I did find the deals, I did find the specials, I did find the beautiful things at really cheap prices, but it was keeping me limited in a lot of different ways. So during this season of Imbolc, before we go into the spring equinox, think about some identities or stories that you may have been holding on to that have been limiting where you really want to stretch and go. We cleanse our consciousness of scarcity. Absolutely imperative. If you have that issue, look out on the snow, right? There is no scarcity in nature at all. Every plant that produces seeds, it produces so many more seeds than could ever possibly take root. It's like there's a fail-safe that's included within the plant that said, well, to keep the species going of lemon trees, I'm gonna make, 4 seeds. But you know what, instead of that, I'm gonna make 40 seeds because I wanna make sure we keep going. That's what nature does. So use the example of nature to clear the ways that you've been looking at things in an old way. And it's interesting because we are in the time prior to Lunar New Year. So in all over Asia and other parts of the world, New Year is going to be February 17th. And so Asian cultures are cleaning. They are doing the same thing that they're doing in Ireland. They're cleaning, they're organizing, they're getting rid of, and they're preparing for a fresh new year. So purify your consciousness and then also work on purifying your space. And so to conclude, please know that your seeds of intention, how incredibly powerful they are. Allow yourself to trust the process. Sometimes trusting the process and minding the gap is distracting ourselves from even thinking about it, focusing on something else for a time. That's also a symbol of letting go and letting God. The seeds know timing. God understands timing. The totality of the consciousness of the universe sees all of the moving parts. Why? Because everything is connected and knows exactly how to align those parts. How could we possibly argue with that? The universe knows emergence takes both darkness and warmth. If you've been waiting for healing, visioning a new chapter, affirming abundance, reclaiming joy, or clearing old patterns, remember the seeds beneath the snow. They do not rush. They do not strain. They simply respond to light. And so as a parting gift, I'm going to pass around this bag. I got little affirmation cards for everybody. See, there's little plants on them, little plants on the bag. So you're going to reach in and pull one and take a little affirmation with you. And I thank you so much for braving the cold and being here with me today. And thank you to everybody online, too.
like you're trading.
I think we could.
I'll tell you. Trading. Just go.
There is a promise, I feel it coming, and it's rising in a turning tide. With every burden, it shall be lifted on the surge of faith inside. And every spirit will feel the blessing, every soul will be satisfied. We are rising higher and higher in this turning tide. We are rising, rising in this turning tide. We are rising, rising in this turning tide. I hear the music in the madness, I see the vision of a brighter day. I draw compassion from the sadness and fuel a fire for a better day. I put my money where my mouth is. I get on board this freedom ride. We are rising higher and higher in this turning tide. We are rising, rising in this turning tide. We are rising, rising in this turning tide. And so the promise becomes the present, and the future is opening wide. Oh, we are guided, we are gifted, we are lifted up inside. And nobody can do it for us. We sing our own hallelujah chorus. We are rising higher and higher in this turning tide. We are rising higher and higher. In this turning tide. In this turning tide.
Amazing day, and we are going to show our gratitude for this amazing day and this amazing center as we share our abundance. I'm going to start passing this around, and I'm passing around our sign-up sheets because we got nobody signed up for social because we haven't been here. So yeah, I'll pass that around at the same time. And as we celebrate our abundance, let us just remember some of the perfect, poignant things that Kris even reminded us of, that there is never lack or limitation in nature, and our nature is the same nature of God. And so when we just go to that place, we can experience that law of circulation that provides everything we need in the moment that we need it. I always say with enough to spare and to share. It's my little part I add. So if you are giving now today, we are just so grateful for that. There are ways to give, of course, virtually, through Venmo, through PayPal, through our website. But we appreciate your gift of giving by just being here today. So please join me in our offering affirmation. Divine love consecrates my gift.
Divine love consecrates my gift.
It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless.
It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless.
It returns to me multiplied abundantly.
It returns to me multiplied abundantly.
As I share my good,
As I share my good,
I accept my greater good.
I accept my greater good.
So it is.
And so it is.
So, some announcements. As I said earlier, some of you may not have been here. Please know before you go this winter. Before you come, if there's any chance of weather, we will send emails out. We will post post on both of our Facebook pages, the official page and the community page. So if you have the slightest doubt, please check those pages, please check your email. We have been moving to Zoom and it's been working beautifully, so we're gonna continue to do that if there's any doubt at all. If you don't subscribe to Constant Contact, please do so in the back. You can also call the office and there will be a recorded message letting you know where we will be. Okay, so thank you for following that. And you can always email the office too. I check that email constantly, so I'll be able to get back to you. Just a reminder to everybody that the contribution letters for tax purposes were sent out last week. They were emailed to you if we have your email address. They're mailed to you. I see some people they were mailed to. If you didn't get it, you can let me know today or send an email to the office and I'll make sure that you get that, okay? Today is our new member discovery class. It was scheduled for one of the snow days. It's happening today. So if you are interested in membership or just interested at all in what we do here in our center in the Science of Mind teaching, this is a wonderful free class. Even if you are already a member and you want, like Gene had mentioned, you want to brush up, I'd love to have you. It's going to start at 1 o'clock, and depending on how many people here, maybe an hour, a little more, because it's also time to get to know each other and share some things. So please, you could just come at this point. I have enough material for everybody. This coming Friday night is our first Friday Healing Circle with our wonderful practitioner, Gail Belluardo. That begins at 7 o'clock right here in the sanctuary, so please join Gail for that. On February 7th, oh no, we're not there yet. On February 7th, the social team committee, the ladies that join for lunch, ladies who lunch, are actually celebrating Galentine's Day with a dinner. Okay, I should have done Galentine's Day with a dinner because it's later in the day and it's on a Saturday. So people who have worked during the week and aren't able to come, it's Saturday, February 7th from 3:30 to 5:30. Is there a sign-up sheet?
I think it's
in the social room. Please sign up for that and let everybody know what you're bringing. Okay, next Sunday is our community gathering. I checked the weather, it looks good. We've been planning this. We love having these gatherings. We get to share things that are going on. And the focus of this one is to talk about the survey that so many of you completed in the fall. We're going to share the results and we're going to look at how we can use those results to create the things that you've asked for here at the center. We need more feedback. We need your input. So please be here so that we can explore this and find meaningful ways to move forward together. The Leadership Council, so next Sunday is also Super Bowl Sunday. So here at the center we are having Super Sunday. During social hour, the Leadership Council is providing you with soup.
nice.
And it's a perfect time of year for that.
Yes, it is.
So a soup, salad, and bread, what we're calling it Super Sunday. So I hope you're there for that and can stay for the meeting.
Soup and Sunday.
Super Sunday.
Can you say the name of the annual meeting again? I mean, the
The
date.
gathering?
The date.
14th.
Sorry, thank you.
Oh, no, the
No,
7th.
the 8th,
The
next
8th.
Sunday, the
The
8th,
8th.
sorry. Next Sunday is February 8th, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. On February 21st, we are having a concert, the Clark Theory Live, with our own Mark Benfante on drums. Woo! Is going to present original music that moves the body and the soul. Every show is a journey. Come connect and experience something real, blending jazz, fusion, funk, and soul. So it's going to be a special setting. It's happening here on February 21st from 7 to 9. There's a snow date the week after, but we're not going to talk about that. And we do ask you to get tickets. This is a fundraiser. We are so grateful they're offering it, Mark's Band, and so it's a fundraiser. Tickets are $20. You can go on Breeze. There's flyers in the back if you want to take them. Kathy has them. There's a QR code, so you can easily get tickets with your phone. On the 22nd, we are grateful to Deborah Schmidt, who is presenting a free introductory class to chair yoga. And that's happening right here in the sanctuary at 1 o'clock. We had our first winter movie on Friday. Thank you to Lynn and to Fernando for making that happen. And the next one will be on the 27th, and the title is to still be announced. So thank you for anyone who came to that. Science on Mind magazines for January and February. There's a couple left in the back. And please, if you have old Science on Mind magazines, please bring them in. And so we put them in our visitors packet, so you don't have to recycle them. You can give them back to us. And Eileen will take care of that. Eileen and Bill, who we're so grateful for being our welcoming team co-chairs. Okay, that's all I got. Thank you, Kris, for closing us out with achievement.
I begin with the breath because the breath reminds me that I am being given to. Every moment of every day, what I need is being provided over and over and over again, because that is the abundant nature of God, the power of God that is within all people, within all plants, within all animals, and within everything else too, including the thoughts that I think, the feelings that I have, and everything that surrounds me, all coming from one incredibly powerful source. And so within this source, within this consciousness, within this life, are cycles, are rhythms, just like the cycles of creation where we have a creative idea, it moves through a process, and then it manifests. Those creative cycles exist within nature as well. And so what I know on behalf of each and every one of us in the center of this season of winter, that we are not giving up on that which has not yet materialized. We are recognizing that the seeds that have been planted are beneath the snow, growing roots, establishing a foundation, and will burst through the ground in divine timing and in the most perfect way. And so I trust in this, and I invite you to trust in this as well. That Spirit is always saying yes, always providing what is needed, and always more abundantly than we could ever possibly fathom. We move into a state of awe and gratitude for the grace that is our default, for the abundance that is flowing through the love and peace that are increasing, and for being these conscious manifestors walking around on the earth, knowing that we are never separate. What a blessing that is. And now I move into sweet surrender as we have given over to this winter season, trusting that it will manifest into spring. These words have been spoken, and they are creating in, through, and as each and every one of us. So I trust the creative process. I trust the timing and the rhythm. I let them go, and I let them simply be so. And please join with me by saying, and so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Something wonderful is happening right now. Something wonderful is happening right now. Infinite power, magnificent bliss, like a blossoming flower, like a first kiss. Joyful unfolding with a gentle release. thought you're holding in a moment of peace. Something wonderful is happening right now. 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 Innocent yearning for a life to be born, as spirit is turning into matter and form, in sacred communion of heaven and earth. This blessed reunion comes with the birth. Something wonderful is happening right now. 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 So here and now we stand as a bridge, as a witness. Together raise our hands and say yes. 'Cause something wonderful is happening right now. 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 I know you want to sing it. Something wonderful is happening right now. Something wonderful is happening right now. One more time. Something wonderful is happening right now. Something wonderful is happening